Hello guys and welcome to this video. This is going to be a sneak peek preview of World, War Thunder tanks. I got some nice screenshots of the game vehicles as they standard in 1.29. What you are going to see is not current state of development screenshots. I mean, these are only very early versions with very rough textures, and I mean, they will look nowhere near as good as they will be looking in the finished version of the game. I want to give you an initial impression on how they are going to be in this video and how you will expect them to be in the game. So this is an instance, this is a pic you are going to see during this review, and this is a Sherman M4E2 with a 76mm gun. And this is the kind of detail that's currently in the game, and is the kind of screenshot you are going to see in this preview. But now please let me compare it with the actual screenshot of an M4E2 Sherman with a 76mm guns as is going to be released. Yeah, there you go. You can see the level of detail is in a totally different scale. Also, please notice that the ground textures are much better in the released version than in the original one. This is to give you a starting overview on how the things are going to be in the actual moment where the tanks are released. What you are going to see now are a lot of very early pictures of existing version of the game, and are there just to show you how much attention to the detail there's already into the game about tanks. And to do that, we have a special guest, who is no one else but the Mighty Jingles, who was, I mean, he was great. I asked him to do a joint commentary about the screenshots. I shared them with him, and well, these are our thoughts and what we are actually thinking while we are reviewing them. Hope you enjoyed and catch up with you at the end of the video. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a look at the pictures one by one. First one, which is an individual soldier.
Yeah, and this American GI with an M1 Garand.
The Garand, which is interesting because that means that soldiers will be also represented individually.
Yeah, in fact, let me just zoom in a little. He looks like a Marine.
So this is interesting because the guys who are driving the tanks will have something to shoot at with the coaxial machine guns.
Yeah, yeah. Perhaps the old crew serve machine guns will actually have a role. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so you can yell at the driver not just because they are not driving right, but because they are not shooting soldiers.
Something other to do than just drive.
That's cool. But the thing is, I don't know how they are going to be. I mean, you have icons right now for planes. If you have one icon per soldier, it's going to be a little bit messy, but...
Yeah, things will get a little crowded. But then again, people aren't going to be playing the soldiers, are they? So...
No.
Perhaps there would be a platoon marker, you know, rather than an individual soldier marker.
Probably. Actually, that reminds me to Panzer Elite.
Yeah, I should work for a software development company. I tell you, I have these great ideas.
I think we all do. So let's call gane and tell them to, hey, hire us. Look at that. Also a Red Cross Jeep there. Well, actually not a Jeep.
Well, I'm not sure if that's a Jeep or a Land Rover.
No, it seems a Land Rover to me.
Yeah, but the olive green uniform of the guy driving it, that's not British.
The thing is, will you get rewards for shooting those guys?
I think you should get penalised for shooting those guys.
Yep.
Right, well, what's next?
Next seems to be a 6-pounder anti-tank gun.
Yep, looks like it. Complete with the 2 crew.
soldiers there, yeah. The thing is, also raises the question: if you kill the guys shooting the AT gun, will it shoot?
It should do. I mean, you know, in the world of tanks, for example, if you kill the crew of a tank, the tank's knocked out regardless of how much health it has left.
Yeah, but the tanks stop shooting you, which is, I don't know, that's cool. And the next one seems to be a 75mm German AT gun. Pack 40.
Pack 40. The Germans.
Those things will really be dangerous.
The texturing, obviously, because as you said before, at the moment this is stuff that is currently in-game, the placeholder models. But so what we're getting here is an idea of what sort of thing they're going to remodel and retexture for the land side of the game.
Exactly, because I mean that's one of the reasons why these pictures sound, because they don't represent the things as they are right now in the development.
That's right, yeah. I mean, we've seen the screenshots that they have released of those 3 screenshots of the tanks, and they look much better than this. So with some sort of idea of how these are going to end up looking in the final version.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind if we were actually already playing with these models.
Yeah,
they look really good.
It looks a bit early 2000s, a bit World War II online, but in fact, I don't know if you've ever played a game called Heroes and Generals.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and I liked Heroes and Generals. It was all right, but the graphics looked a bit like this, and this is just placeholders for what War Thunder's ground combat is going to look like.
They have to work with something, so that's. I mean, what is next? I mean, I think the screenshots that they actually showed in the official announcement, those are current state, and you can see the tiger, how it is, how much detail it has. So
if you can imagine that level of detail and texturing lavished on these things, oh yeah. That next one.
This one is an artillery tractor, seems.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But I don't know the model. That's the thing.
I think it's a Bedford.
Might be.
Bedford. Yeah, it's definitely British. I've seen that front end before. I think when I was a very young child, I had an Airfix kit of a 25-pounder anti-tank gun, and it came with this artillery tractor. I've got no doubt that if we're wrong, there'll be at least 300 comments pointing out the errors in our ways.
Yeah, we are going to get, if we identify something wrong, there's going to be someone telling us for sure. And the next one seems to be a Freedom truck. Yeah,
it looks American. Although I don't see any white star on it. It will probably end up being wrong, and it's a ZIL Russian truck, and
even if it's American, it's going to be in the Russian side as well.
Yeah, that's true.
British,
but there'll be somebody pointing out, "Oh, come on, Jingles Ram, don't you know anything? Look at the hubcaps; it's clearly Russian."
Hey guys, I know about tanks, not about trucks.
Yeah. Oh, the next one. Is that a 17? No, it's not 17-pounder. I don't know what that is. 12-pounder?
No, that's too short of a cannon. That seems a 25-pounder. Actually.
Oh yeah. That probably is.
And actually, it's interesting that the crew is not just standing there. I mean, I don't know if they are going to be animated or not, but there's one guy collecting boxes or something like that.
Yep.
So if the guys are in movement, that would be very, very cool as well.
That's going to be great. What's next?
And next one is a BA whatever. That's a Soviet armor tank.
Yeah, I've seen that before, but I have no idea what it is.
It's one of those armored cars they use it.
Really fascinating. Like a scout car.
Yeah. That's another thing that I think they are going to be not just tank, but also you can play as an armored car in the game.
Yeah, that's one of the most heavily armored cars I have ever seen.
Look at that gun. Just imagine zooming around at 50 kilometers per hour around the battlefield, because you are going to get realistic speeds. It's not like War of Tanks when you get a very good engine for a tank that was historically very slow.
So of course you're limited by the game engine and how fast you can actually go in World of Tanks.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hellcat can do 90 kilometers per hour. It can't do that in World of Tanks because nothing can do that in World of Tanks.
But you get something very, 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 very fast, and it's going to be a huge tactical asset. I'm guessing that the speed will be much more important in War Thunder.
Yeah, well, especially if the maps are much bigger. Obviously, it's going to be a much more critical factor. So you can get your light tanks and scout cars to rush forward to a critical point and hold it and hold them, the enemy off until the heavies arrive and stuff.
And also to act as eyes, because I'm guessing that spotting is going to be very, very, very important.
Yeah. Next one, for example, is that a Daimler scout car?
No, that's a 222, a Sonderkampfwagen or whatever it is called. It's a German armor tank.
Oh, right.
And this one has a 20mm autocannon.
Yeah.
This was an early war. That's
next one, your traditional German half-track.
Yep. The MG42.
Yep, with the armored shield for the gunner.
And the next one.
Oh, the Tiger.
That's some tank.
Oh yeah.
You were saying?
I was wondering what it was actually going to be. And obviously it's pure speculation. Nobody has any clue what the ground combat's going to be like in War Thunder, but I'm expecting it to be a lot more simulator. Because I love World of Tanks. It's great, but it's an arcade game, and I'm expecting things to be much more sim, even in the arcade battle version of War Thunder, than World of Tanks. And I think that's probably, if that's the case, that would make sense to me. Because why would you want to go up directly against World of Tanks? Why would you try to beat Wargaming at their own game? Don't do that. Do what you're good at. Do the simulator aspects. Make the game like Red Orchestra, except bigger.
Yeah, also makes sense for when I'm asked this, because of course people ask me a lot, how do I think tank combat is going to be? I always say that I expect this ground side of the game to be compared to World of Tanks, like War Thunder is compared with World of Warplanes right now. One is more arcade-based, one is more like just playing for fun, casual gaming, focused on just stuff very, very quickly, and the other is more like realistic, more like they are different approaches, and to a point, I even believe that they are for different markets.
Yeah, and people often ask me, are you going to stop playing World of Tanks when War Thunder's ground combat comes out? Nope. I enjoy playing World of Tanks. I don't see any reason why I should stop playing it, because I believe that this is going to be a different game. It's not going to be catering to strictly the same market.
Absolutely.
The War Thunder side is going to cater more to the sim crowd.
And of course, the thing is that some of the sim crowd is also already in World of Tanks, because currently there's no other online game with tanks, and they might see it as something they want to try.
Yeah. And there's no reason why you can't play both. They're both free-to-play games.
At all. And by any means, I also play World of Tanks now and then, you know that, and I enjoy it as well. So there's no reason why you have to play one or the other. You can do both. And also, there's no reason why you can't, because they are free to play.
Yeah. Have a look at the next picture.
Yeah.
Now, if they can make this thing good.
Japanese.
No, it's an M3 Lee.
No, the next one is for me it's a Japanese one.
Oh, after the T40. Oh, I thought that was. I've skipped on one. That's Japanese. Oh yes, I thought that was a T46 at first, but no, you're right. It's one of those Japanese light tanks.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that really I'm wondering about, because in World War II there were nations with very good tanks. You got
Japan
Russians,
wasn't one of them.
Japan not. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, they had some decent light tanks, and they needed to be, because they were driving through jungle. You couldn't drive a heavy tank through that kind of thick jungle.
And on islands, you don't need big tanks for assaulting an island. Actually, the Americans were using M3 Lees late war in assaulting islands, because there was no need for a heavy tank for that.
Yeah, and of course you're limited by what you can carry in landing craft.
But I'm guessing that the maps these tanks are going to be used at it will be different than the one Germans or the
Yeah,
Russians
that would
do.
make sense.
So
Have a look at
that
the
makes
next
sense.
one.
Yeah, that's what is your favorite tank. I know.
Yeah, and the thing is, this was actually a good tank. At the time it was used, obviously it was obsolete pretty quickly when the M4 Sherman came around. But
Actually,
at the time, I know the British tank crews in North Africa
loved this
loved this
tank.
tank. Yeah,
The
and it
guys
had a
in the
really,
desert.
yeah. The fourth, the Eighth Army absolutely adored this tank because it had a gun that could kill Panzer threes.
For a good, yeah, exactly. For a good reason. I mean,
And the gun also had a very, very good high explosive round as well for dealing with anti-tank guns.
yeah.
So this tank was everything they needed. Unfortunately, it's so mind-bogglingly shit in World of Tanks. So if they can make this good, oh man, I actually might enjoy driving the M3 Lee.
I had to live up to that day to see that, because the day you say, "Oh, this tank rocks," I'm going
Yeah, that's it.
to be laughing to no end.
What's this next one? It's not.
I think it's an anti-aircraft gun, 37 millimeter.
Yeah, could be. It's definitely not the 88. It's way too small.
No. Seems like I think the size is the appropriate one for a 37 millimeter. The same that was later mounted in the Ostwind.
Oh, the next picture. That's the 88 in anti-aircraft mode.
Oh yeah, this is the Flax 37. Flag 17, sorry. There was a later mode.
What's next? Oh.
Oh, Sherman.
Ooh. Yeah, but I'm looking at the length of the gun barrel.
That's the long 76.
Yeah, it's not long enough to be the Firefly.
No. But I'm guessing that the Firefly will be in. I don't really know. There are not really tractoroids for that, but I'm Firefly will be there.
Well, actually, I kind of suppose it looks like the E2 with the M1A2 76mm gun.
I don't really know how to identify different Shermans. Yeah, I'm guessing you are much better than that for me.
Yeah, well, the front armour, the upper glacis is very flat on the E2 because it's basically just extra armour bolted on the front, and it's got those bits sticking out at the back of the turret, which were for storing, stuff on.
Yeah,
so yeah, probably the M4A3E2 with the M1A2 76mm gun. Next is it's that same anti-aircraft gun but mounted on a flat back half track.
And that was actually the half track that was used to tow the 88.
Yep, same one. Oh, and then there's the M3 Stuart with a 37mm gun. I was having a great time playing that in World of Tanks today. That's a fantastic little tank in Tier 3 in World of Tanks.
That's actually one of the tanks I really want to drive in War Thunder when it's released. Light tanks are going to be mostly my thing, and the Stuart was always a very, very nice one. Next is... What the hell is that? Seems like a Bofors?
Yeah, I think it's a Bofors. Looks like American crude.
Sandbags. I'm guessing the sandbags will get it redone because they don't...
Yeah, 40mm.
Yep. Next one seems like a... British soldier.
Well, could be Canadian.
Okay.
You're right. You remember? You don't know what my Canadian viewers are like. It's like, oh, damn it, that's Royal Canadian Air Force use. Yeah, all right, okay. All right, sorry. And British Commonwealth soldier. We'll just leave it at that.
Perfect. That's enough. And the next one seems like Daimler.
The camo pattern is American. A 30 cal machine gun on the top. I have no idea what it is, but it's definitely that Pacific campaign camo that the Marines used. Although I've never seen the vehicle.
I really don't know what it is.
So, answers in the comments.
Oh yeah, we need to know. Next one, your favorite tank again.
Yeah. But I wonder if they're going to... I would be very surprised if they didn't allow the use of both guns.
I'm guessing they will allow for both.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a tank that makes no sense with just the 37mm. And
What's next?
By the way, different camo.
Yeah.
Different camo, depending on the map. This is interesting. Oh.
The Matilda next.
Matilda, yeah.
I love that tank.
I know. You can't help it. Each time we play that in World of Tanks, you're like, oh, Disney rocks.
Oh, check out the old quad barrel 20mm.
Oh yeah. That's the same mount that was later in the Whirlwind. That thing rated playing so fast.
I can't remember where it was, but the ME262 airbase. I can't remember where it was, but it wasn't located that far away from the Arado 234 airfield, and RAF Tempests and Typhoons would bomb the crap out of them as the 262s were coming in to land, low on fuel and slow. That lasted about a week of good times before the Germans moved in 150 batteries of these things to cover the air lanes on the approach to the airfield. And when they shot down 12 Typhoons in a week, the Typhoons decided that maybe that wasn't such a good idea after all.
Yeah, because those things, wow.
Oh, that's an Opel truck next, I think.
Yeah, that's an Opel Blitz.
Yep.
And I like the tech.
Oh, it's a generator and searchlight, complete with the towing gear.
Yeah.
They really have got everything in here, haven't they?
Seems so. Also, this is interesting because, I mean, by daylight, this will mean no different, but nighttime, you will, well, you actually already see the searchlights in
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, and next one is a BMW motorcycle with a sidecar.
And the MG34, I think.
Yep. Oh, this is so cool.
Is that Japanese or Russian?
The next one, I think this is Japanese, actually.
Yeah.
This is one of the medium tanks.
I thought T46 at first, but it's not a T46. You're probably right, it's probably Japanese. I don't know a thing about Japanese tanks.
Well, I've been playing Men of War lately. It is like Company of Heroes, but like more realistic. And there's actually a Japanese faction, and this tank I know from that game.
Yeah, the next picture is Japanese as well, so you're probably right.
Yeah, this is one of the... The thing is, look at the guys behind, like, looking at each other.
Yes, sitting there with iron, rigid, military Japanese discipline. Eyes to your front, eyes to your front.
Don't look to the sides.
Oh, what the hell's that? The next one.
Artillery tractor. This is the same half track that you saw before with the 37mm, but
right.
without the good back side to man.
Oh, actually, so I'm just looking at the next one. It's a staff car. I can't really figure out. It could be British. It could be American. I think that's American.
This is no German for sure.
Trying to check out the uniform of the guy inside. And I don't know a thing about classic cars, but I've definitely seen something looking a lot like that pulling up outside Whitehall in London in a movie, and Eisenhower stepping out of it.
That's highlight for sure. I'm guessing, yeah, you're right. Probably.
This next thing looks Russian.
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't remember the make of that machine gun on the top. It's not a Lewis gun. That's a
DKP.
Yeah, it started with a D.
DKP light machine gun. They had these.
The Garyatev or something like that.
Again,
40% of the comments to this video are going to be people correcting me and telling me what that gun is.
No, that's I'm telling you, that's a DKP, or the name was something like that. DKP light machine gun.
Oh,
the next one,
T-34 with the 85mm gun.
Yeah, and the turret.
And the redesigned turret.
Another tank I want to drive. My main target is the Tiger, of course, but the 34 comes close.
Oh, next one, it's the Bofors 40mm anti-aircraft gun again.
On the back of a truck, which is interesting because it means that they won't be sitting in the same spot. So.
Yeah.
Actually, I know these things. Yeah, those are the things that rape you when you are trying to attack an armor column. Right now. I hate those things with a passion. Really, so accurate.
Yeah, Well, it's not so much. Those are a pain in the ass, but the guns on the destroyers are still far too good. I was playing a game today in my A26 Invader, and I got within 1 kilometre of a destroyer as I was flying over him to get the cargo ships, and literally, bang, killed my pilot, dead.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The DD, the destroyer and the aircraft guns are too accurate. And also,
you don't play multiplayer games to get shot down by the friggin' AI.
And besides, I mean, you are going to expect it if you are actually attacking the destroyer, but if you are like 7 kilometers away, minding your own business, and suddenly, boom, you're...
Yeah, I mean, you've got to draw a balance. I mean, the destroyers were bristling with anti-aircraft guns to provide air cover, and that's fair enough, but just the first hit you take, bang, dead. In a multiplayer game, think, no, that's wrong. Shouldn't happen. Take damage, sure. Throw your aim off, sure. And if you continue without, taking evasive action, then yeah, they should shoot you down, but not the first shot that hits you.
Yeah, it's actually pretty much because is what I tell you. You're minding your own business, fighting someone 5 kilometers away from the destroyers, and suddenly, boom.
Yeah.
Anti-aircraft.
Yeah, that's happened a few times.
A lot, too many.
Next one, is that? I can't figure out if that's Russian or German. I think it's Russian.
Russian. You don't know it's the model.
Yeah, just looking at the helmets of the soldiers. I don't recognise the gun. Although, I think I saw something that looks a lot like that at the Royal Marines Museum in Southsea. Captured from Argentina.
That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Well, most anti-aircraft guns of the era were very... Oh, look at that! Another ambulance.
Oh, yeah. Definitely allied.
The rest cross, so you can aim properly.
Yeah, it's a target lead indicator, that big red cross on the top. Yeah.
Aim here, 2 extra points. And the 34...
That's the A20, I think.
Well, no, that's a T-34. It has 5 wheels.
Yeah, you're right. It looks a bit strange, though. The turret looks wrong. It's definitely got the 57mm gun, but the turret just looks... Where's the commander's hatch on the top?
It should be bigger. It's one of the first production ones. It was very different from the later.
So that's why I thought A20, because that looks... The A20 was sort of like the prototype of the T-34.
Yeah.
So perhaps it's the A20, perhaps it's... I don't know.
No, I don't think it's the A20 because the A20 have only 4 rows with...
Yeah, yes, exactly, yeah.
It's a T-34 with a straight turret.
Yeah, I'm just used when I see the T-34, I'm just used to seeing that commander's cap on the top of the turret. Otherwise, it does look a lot like an early T-34.
The next one, IS-2.
Yeah.
With the slow
122mm gun.
It's actually like the Chinese one in the...
Yeah, that's right, with the front upper glacis.
This is going to be a very tough thing to...
Yeah, you're probably going to need 250 kilo bombs for those things.
And a big, massive gun. Because if you
Speaking of big, massive guns, look at the next one.
Oh.
Su-152 with the 152mm cannon. Yes, at least it's not the BL-10.
But these things are still... I mean, I have read accounts of the high-C cell of this tank actually ripping the turret of the Tiger tanks without actually penetrating them.
Yeah, just the force of a shell that size hitting it.
Yeah, these things were brutal.
Check out the next one. It's a Russian... Well, I say Jeep. It's not a Jeep. It's a Russian version.
Zil?
Zil, I think, yeah.
And the next one looks like a Land Rover again.
Yeah, I think those are Land Rovers. Because there's a Willys Jeep later on that looks nothing like that. I think these are definitely Land Rovers.
Oh, look at that. M8.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. 37mm, 50 cal, and quick.
That should be fun to drive until something starts shooting back at you.
But then you still have the speed to go away. The thing is, I don't know this. The M8, I don't know if they had it, but the German ones, the Pumas, they actually could be driven from the front and the back.
Oh, right.
They had two driver positions, so they could go forward, oh shit, the enemy, and then the driver in the back would reverse, and they could go as fast to the one side and to the other.
Ingenious. Oh dear, have you seen
Priest.
what's next?
A scumbag.
It's a scumbag. You know why they called it the priest?
Yeah, because of the machine gun mount.
Yeah, it's like the pulpit that the priest gives his sermon from in church. That's exactly right. That's why they call it the priest.
And next one seems like a Wolverine.
Yep, that's a Wolverine 75mm gun.
This is like driving a Coke tin can in the game with a big gun.
Yeah, I actually ran into one of these in World of Tanks today. I was driving my M3 Stuart. It was a Wolverine with a 75. Was it 75? No, the 105mm howitzer. Shit my pants. And he made the mistake of diving off the terrace that he was driving along to try to, crash into me. Yeah, if a Stuart doesn't want to be rammed, he's not going to be rammed. Those things are fast. And all he did was rip his own tracks off, and I just circle strafed him to death. It was most satisfying.
And the next one is an M16.
Mm-hmm. That's the old Deuce and a half, isn't it? Half track.
Yep. With the quadruple 50 cal mount.
Yeah, they mounted all different kinds of guns in this thing. It was a very, very successful design.
Actually, I would love to drive one of these things with an 80 gun.
Okay, have a look at the next one. That's weird.
That's not that's German, actually.
Yeah, well, there's not Germans driving it.
Well, actually, the helmets seems a little bit like the Farsim Jagger ones. I mean, the battles of the Germans didn't have the...
Yeah, but they're not. They didn't have the peak at the front. Those are American troops on an Opel, on a BMW motorbike. Because that's an MG34.
Capture one,
Yeah, or it could just be, oops.
Could be perfectly, yeah.
Because don't forget, these existing models in game are from the air simulator version of War Thunder, and you're not really supposed to get this close in an aircraft to what you're shooting at. So you
are supposed to do if you're driving a tank. So
yeah.
Next one, M4.
Yep.
Thunder one.
Trying to figure out which one. Sherman Grizzly, maybe, or just the M4 A1.
And Willys, a Jeep. We pick out.
Yep. See, that's a Jeep.
Yeah, that's a proper
definitely
Jeep.
Land Rovers. The level of detail on that is pretty. Considering that these are just we're flying aircraft and you won't really have to get close enough to see these version of the game. The level of detail is still pretty damn good.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I have a lot of hopes for the time they actually release it for ground combat, because the level of detail is going to go up. The next one is a radio.
It is, with a folding monopole wire aerial.
You will be in there operating the radio.
I have no idea what kind of aerial that is. But they had to. They would carry wire, and they would literally they would have to build these aerials themselves. But yeah, that's definitely a radio truck.
And the next one is
sailors.
Like carrier.
Yeah, they're deck crew on an aircraft carrier.
More sailors.
Yeah, the next one again.
Yes, this is the landing officer.
Yep, flight deck officer, or LS, not the LSO. That's the landing. He's the guy who calls the ball and all that stuff. But yeah, the yellow jersey is
the Batman. They called it, isn't it?
Well, I'm not sure what they're called in the US Navy, but they're aircraft handlers on a carrier, and flight deck officer on a frigate or destroyer.
I always, each time I see one of those pictures, I mean, or in real life, I'm always wondering, like, okay, I'm in the deck of a carrier, I see a plane that's coming for the landing, like wobbling around, very damaged, and I have to guide it to land. Okay, see it going from side to side,
Yeah, you
going
don't know which way to
down.
jump.
It's good that I have the seat to jump to one of my sides because oh shit,
Right, the next one, no idea what it is,
it's a
but
fuel.
I'm going with aircraft support vehicle of some, purely judging
Yeah.
by the propeller in the bottom of the screen.
Also, yeah, as well.
Fuel
But
bowser.
the model of the vehicle, no clue. Oh, look at the next one.
The hell is that?
I don't know, but it's beautiful. I want one of those.
I
But
want
like
one of
in
those
real
for my,
life, to
you know.
drive around.
Can I have one of those for my little girl?
Oh yes, please.
Tiny. Oh,
Next one is
Japanese
Japanese half
half-track.
track. Yep.
yeah. It
It's
looks
actually
like
pretty amazing because they could mount a lot of machine guns, not just one.
a Brit. And there's that German. Technically, I suppose you call it an armored car.
That's a Puma.
Oh,
Well,
that's right. Yeah.
not actually a Puma because the Puma had a 50mm, but it's one of the ones I told you. This actually had two driving positions, one in the front and one in the back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I always wondered what that rack on the top was for.
That's actually aerials, radio aerials.
Okay. I
Because
had
this
no
was
idea.
supposed to be very
Command
forward.
vehicle.
Yeah, it's a recon vehicle, and they had to radio the position.
Oh, well, of course, that makes sense.
Also, the thing is that it was totally independent from the turret, so you could turn the turret, and the aerial will be.
Next, Panzer IV, 50mm gun.
I'm guessing an F1 version.
Yeah, very early.
That's one tank you don't want to be driving along when there are T-34s nearby.
Definitely not.
M3 half track, the next one.
Yeah, the old Deuce and a Half again.
Oh yeah.
The Panther.
The proper one.
Yeah, I wonder if that's actually going to be worth driving. As opposed to the Panther in World of Tanks, which isn't.
A fair guess is.
I'm guessing it is going to be worth driving.
Yeah, probably. Quite a bit. Next one.
It's a German staff car.
This is German, yeah.
Is it
Say
Opel?
the model. It's not a BMW for sure. No,
BMW, yeah.
I don't think it's a Daimler, but no, it's not a BMW because it doesn't have the little round thing. All BMWs.
Mercedes? I don't know.
I don't know.
German staff
The forward part doesn't seem like a Mercedes, but it's German for sure. Oh, Stug.
With the 75mm on the side skirts.
Oh, hell of a
Oh,
tank.
and notice the crew-mounted machine gun on top as well.
Yeah, and actually that was a 360 degree. I mean, it was remotely controlled from the side of the vehicle, and it could fire at anywhere around the tank. So it was I mean, the headset had the same thing.
Yes.
You could operate the machine gun from the inside and it would cover all the which was pretty good for a tank like that.
Check out the next one. I have no idea what that tank destroyer is.
There's a murder.
Is that a Mark III?
That's one of the German Panzer 38, I think, chassis, with a Capture 76 Russian gun.
Yeah, no, well, that's not the Marder 2.
Well, there were a lot of
3.
different models with a lot of different chassis, so.
But again, I'm not convinced that's the Panzer 38T chassis either. That looks more like a Panzer 3 chassis.
Well, for road wheels, check to me.
Yeah, perhaps. But it does not look like the Marder 2, the pictures that I have seen. Possibly, but as you say, there were multiple different versions of the Marder. When I first saw this, I thought Nashorn, but no, it's not.
No.
That's definitely the 76mm gun. But
And the thing
possibly,
is that models were with French chassis, Czechoslovakian chassis, German chassis. They used Panther II chassis actually. Those.
I'm looking forward to driving it, whatever it is.
Yeah. Next one is German Jeep. How
Kubelwagen.
the hell? Kubelwagen. That's right.
I might
Also,
have even pronounced it properly.
the version I want to drive about it. Well, I'm guessing you can't drive this in the game, but I would
couldn't
love
see a lot
to
of
try.
point to it, no.
No, not at all. But I would love to try the amphibious one, the swim wagon.
Oh, right.
There was one
one,
version of that.
Do you
Oh,
think the
that's
next one's Japanese?
that's what the hell is that?
I have no idea. It looks bloody awful.
Well, seeing the machine gun on the turret, I would say this is Japanese, but I have
Yeah,
Japanese.
just judging by the machine guns, looks Japanese.
It's ugly as hell. Who wants to drive this? No one. Oh, Westpet.
Oh yes, yes it is, of course. It's another scumbag.
Yeah! Kill it! By the way,
with fire.
ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching this video, Jingles lately is not being Jingles because he's actually killing artilleries in war.
I've been slaughtering artillery left, right, and centre. It's been great. Oh,
Next
check
one
out the
is
next one.
stuck with the Source 75mm.
Yeah. I think isn't that the original configuration the Stug came in?
Actually, it
Is it-
was. I think the
Yeah.
first ones were with the Source 75mm.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a pretty funny story about this tank because, well, it was not a tank, it was an assault gun, and it wasn't manned by Panzertruppen. They were actually manned by artillery. And it's funny because the guys in the Stugs were actually getting a lot more hits per cell than the Panzertruppen. And they consider themselves to be the actual elite of the German armored troops because of that.
Have a look at the next one. And this is why I thought that the one that we saw earlier was actually an A20.
Yeah, but this is a later version one. The turret is different. This is the hexagonal one. This is the 43 model, I think.
It's got the 76mm gun. It's got the turret that I recognise.
Yeah.
So the fact that it has the 76mm. In fact, what gun did the original T-34 have? I'm sure it came with
76mm.
Yeah.
70, the same.
So that's this 57mm that we saw on the other one.
Yeah, that
would have been a
was
later version.
I don't really know because there were some of them with a 57mm gun as well. So the thing is that the turret looked a little bit strange, but I'm thinking that was because it was one of the very early versions. The fact that it mounts a different gun doesn't have anything to do with that because the T-34 actually mounted the 50.
Yeah, I'm looking at that picture of that other thing, and the front of the hull does not look the same as the T-34 that we just looked at. I'm going to stick with A20, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
5 road wheels, mate. I mean, it can't be an A20. I don't know, maybe a very, very early version of the T-34.
Oh, check out the next one. KB2
yeah. The most hated and loved tank in.
Remember when that thing was tier 5?
Oh god, that was a nightmare. With the 107, this thing was.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, with that thing, you can only fire once every 20 seconds, but whatever you fired at died.
Exactly. So, I mean, who cares? It's point, boom.
Speaking of dying, the next picture.
Oh, well.
For you, Tommy, the war is over.
So, yeah, that's actually pretty surprising that dead bodies are also. Yeah. I'm wondering if they will be remaining around or they will be erased from the game. Because if you keep track on all the dead troops, it's going to be.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it's going to be a lot of modelling that needs doing, especially given the size of the bloody maps.
Yeah. But as a preview, I mean, I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, the fact that they've got already in the game this wide a range of models, and obviously these are modelled and textured for being viewed by aircraft from 3,000 feet up. And you've seen the screenshots of the stuff that they've released for the actual ground combat section of the game. So if they're going to lavish that kind of attention on these models, these are going to look amazing. I mean, they look all right now. They're going to look bloody amazing when the ground combat side of it comes out.
And the thing also is that, I mean, there were things in there that we didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
So
and we're military vehicle spotters, and we didn't have a clue what they were.
I mean, it's not just the quality of what we are seeing, but the lots of different stuff that is going to make into the game. So, hell, I can't wait.
Yeah, the sooner the better. And we don't even know whether or not this is going to be the next thing to be released, because they've already released screenshots of some of the Imperial Japanese Navy ships long before they released the screenshots of the tanks. So what's coming first, the ships or the tanks?
The tanks. The tanks are coming first, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I heard was we can't comment on that. They're both being developed at the same time.
No, actually, it was stated in one of the Q&A sessions with the devs. The tanks are coming first, for sure.
Well,
this is coming soon, TM, trademark.
Yeah. This year, do you think?
Probably, yeah. I'm hoping, yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely hoping, yeah, because I want to play it.
But I also think that they are advanced enough during this year. What I don't know is exactly when, but we are still middle of the year. We are in June. There are 6 months to go, and I mean, for what I've heard in the developer Q&A sessions, which is not a lot, seems that they are pretty advanced. Yeah.
Can you imagine if we get into the closed alpha or the closed beta and we're not allowed to talk about it? It's going to be sheer torture.
Well, I actually was into the alpha team for a while. I actually didn't get into actually testing things. I got out because of personal 4, and it was actually hard to keep the mouth out with the things we were being told.
Yeah. Well, at least we can talk. If we both get in, we can at least talk to each other about it.
Yeah, but we couldn't even do this kind of commentary together.
No,
or we could, but we could not show it to anyone else.
Yeah, we'd probably only be able to do it once before we got our accounts banned.
That's it, man. You're never going to play it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, and that was a nice preview. Thank you very much, Jingles, for coming.
That was my pleasure. I'm glad you asked.
And well, guys, this is War Thunder, what's coming for Ground Combat, or what we are allowed to see right now. So yeah, well, that was the preview. You have seen some pics of the current models, and well, you can compare them with the level of detail that you are seeing right now in the screen. I want to apologize for the sound quality. Sadly, my microphone was trolling me hard, and seems like now and then it was cutting out while it shouldn't. But even then, I think it's good enough, and really well. I guess this video is all about seeing what's coming and what's in the future for War Thunder in Ground Combat. I want to give a big thank you to Jingles for coming and helping me with this video. And well, I hope you all enjoyed this preview. I hope you are pumped up for what's coming, because it's coming soon, TM. And well, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you later.